to me enough is enough. They just wanna hurt us, bring us down. Enough is enough. We won't let them hurt us, bring us down. Enough is enough.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Indie Wrestling Corner with another episode of Under the Ropes. I'm your host, as always, the queen of the Indies, Tiffany. And today I got my special guest, Bryce Donovan. How are ya?
Yo, what up?
How's everything with you? It's nice weather.
I'm great. I'm chilling.
It's hot. It's insanely hot today, so you know.
Oh yeah, I've been in AC for the last hour. It's great.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. So, well, I hope everybody had a good 4th of July. It was quiet for me, just watching lots of wrestling, which was perfect for me. So,
That's you every day.
this is true. This is true. But at least there was like fireworks involved with some of the wrestling anyway.
What? There's fireworks? What?
GCW had
the backyard.
Yeah, the backyard stuff. So that was.
Did they blow someone up?
Well, Dylan McKay took a fireball from.
Okay.
That was a little crazy.
Is he alive?
Yeah, I actually messaged him after it, and I was like,
good.
"Tell me you're good." He's like, "I'm good." He's like, "It was
as long
crazy."
as everyone's alive.
Yeah, that's you know, I'm all about it, but sometimes I get a little nervous with some of these spots. So, but yeah, he's good. So, but anyway, guys, if you're new here to the Under the Rope series, here I interview everything independent wrestling, whether it's wrestlers, promoters, referees, backstage. I got you covered. If you guys got questions for Bryce, please drop it into the chat. I'm sure he'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions. And
I'll answer anything.
Yes, so drop them into the chat, hit that like button, hit that share button, get some people in here. For the audio listeners that are listening to this later, I love you guys. Thank you so much for the support. So I already see a couple of people in the chat. What's up, Captain Dave? What's going on? Conrad, what's going on?
How do I see the chat?
There's multiple chats going, so you're gonna have to go into each one. So that's like how I kind of do as well. So
keep me updated on the chat.
I absolutely will. So, all right, let's go back to basics. That's how we like to run on this podcast. So let's start from the beginning. So how did you get into professional wrestling?
I always hated it. No, I'm kidding. I liked it like pretty much from as long as I can remember, really. Mm-hmm. Like I don't really remember not watching wrestling. I remember watching wrestling for the first time, but I don't really remember like before that that much. It's very young. Right. So yeah, I mean, it just was on one day, and I think it was on like a vacation somewhere. Uh-huh. And like my brother, like my cousin had it on, something like that, and I was just like, immediately like, oh, this is so cool. Like, and they're like, oh yeah, it's on every week. I was like, oh, every week, like 2 times actually. I was like, 2 times a week, great. And that, so yeah, it's just always been a thing in my life for my entire life, pretty much. I wish there was some intense story about how I walked in on a wrestling event or something, but no, it's just something that's always been there.
Well, now you gotta like just tell that story going forward.
Yeah, I was walking down the street and there was walking by Nassau Coliseum and a security guard let me in, and I don't know.
I mean, I've seen stuff like that at like promotions before, that people are just like walking by and they're like curious what is going on.
That happens a lot at Wrestling Open now, because it's above the bar, that people just like are downstairs at the bar and they'll hear like, what is going on up there? What's this loud banging? And then they go up and watch wrestling, which I think is a cool way to find it for the first time.
Yeah, that's definitely fun. I love seeing the involvement, right, of like wrestling too, and how people come into wrestling. It's always a fun thing to see that. So what's going on, Bob? He goes, do you think your life scare pushed your career and character in wrestling?
My life scare pushed my career. Yeah, I got a lot of sympathy plays from Almost Dying, which is great.
Oh God.
I sold a bunch of t-shirts. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it pushed my career in that I don't know. I feel like this is like super dark, but I feel like you get attention if you get a serious injury or you're hospitalized or something. So I guess yeah, it kind of did. Definitely derailed me for 2 months, but I'm back now, so who cares? I'm good.
But you feel good. I mean,
Yeah,
I've seen you.
feel good. I'm on a 2-week break right now,
That's
or
good.
2 or 3. We'll see how it goes. To
Yeah.
just recover some random stuff with it that I had to do. But besides that, I'm chilling. Like, I'm gonna wrestle pretty soon, and I've been wrestling since I came back. Pretty like I checked my matches for the year. Like how many? So I think I've had 28, and that's including like 2 months or however, like 2 something months where I wasn't able to wrestle at all. So I feel like that's pretty good. So yeah, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I feel like there's been like a lot of injuries. I know like that's been like a big conversation piece with a lot of people, just like in general. And I feel
Yeah,
like
AEW especially.
yeah, and even in the indies too. Like I feel like wrestling more now. It's like the summertime. I feel like a lot more injuries come around this time because people are doing more shows. We're seeing. I feel like wrestling's getting really crazy now, right? Like
Yeah,
Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays. Like
Yeah,
long
especially
weekends.
with Open on Thursday, where we do it like pretty much every week. We have like 4-day weekends sometimes. We have 3-day weekends. Like, it gets busy,
Yeah.
especially for people who are doing multiple. Like Alec, I know he does like he's had like 5-6 day weekends at times,
Yeah.
which is crazy, where he double shots and stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. It gets pretty crazy. Hopefully, everyone stays safe.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think like. I feel like Open's been lucky so far. We had Love Doug go out, which was sad. So hopefully he gets back. But yeah, I don't know. Injuries suck. They're
I
brutal. That's why I'm happy.
know.
A lot of me and like some other creative pro people from Long Island go to Stoked Athletics, which like one of their things they focus on is like injury, not like prevent, like not you're not immune from injuries, but like injury prevention, like workouts that are designated so that you do not get these kind of injuries or try
Right.
and avoid these kind of injuries. So I'm thankful to them
That's
for
smart.
helping with that.
That's smart. Is that like more of like an exercise? Like, give me a little like
Yeah,
understanding with that.
they write. Yeah, they give you like whole programs, and they're like designed around like building up muscles that prevent like tears or like things like that. A lot of people get injured lifting, or they get injured because they don't build their like muscles around their joints right. So hopefully, fingers crossed. I guess I'm good.
Yeah, I feel like that's good advice for anybody that's like looking to get into wrestling or
Yeah, I'll cheap plug. If you're not on Long Island, you can't really go to Stoked because it's
Right.
on Long Island. But VSK just started with the guy who runs Stoke their own service, and you can look them up. And they do, I think it's like a subscription fee for wrestlers, and you do that. You pay that once a month, and they like give you those type of workouts, like help you with your body, help you with your wrestling. So anyone that wants to check that out, go to VSK and do that because I think it's really helpful.
No, that's great. That's that's new. Like again, like I said, there's a lot of people that watch this podcast that are training or thinking about getting into wrestling. Like I get those questions. So this is something that I didn't even know about, which is great for anybody that's listening to this podcast. So thanks for that information. So.
Yeah, cheap plug for Vinny.
I love it. All right. Well, clearly I know you. I've been to like so many shows that you've been on. I know I posted a clip recently, which we'll get into after. But let's talk about, for a fan that's listening to this podcast, never seen you wrestle before, what's the go-to match that they should check out of yours to become an instant fan?
The go-to match. I think I have a lot of my cat matches on YouTube, so I feel like those are the most easily accessible. Like me versus JT's on YouTube, me versus Bronson's on YouTube, me versus the Even Stevens in a handicap match from right before the pandemic is on YouTube, which that was really good. Yeah, I feel like there's if you just search Bryce Donovan verse on YouTube, you'll probably get some good stuff. Or if you want a Shukru match, what's a really good Shukru? I feel like over the last year we've had the benefit of, especially the last few months, of like wrestling different tag teams in different like weird situations.
Yeah.
That we've had fun matches with. Like we wrestled main event on Thanksgiving. That was a really fun match for Uncharted Territory. We wrestled MSP at Limitless. We wrestled Waves and Curls last week at a bar. I don't think the footage is out of that, but you can see a clip of me pulling Jalen out of my trunk. That was fun. Miracle Gen, I know there's no footage of this. We wrestled them for like 30 minutes in the main event of a Bliss show that wasn't filmed. So if you want to ask someone who was there, they can describe the match to you step by step, and they can tell you how good it was. It was really great. So yeah, I don't know. We wrestled Brick City recently on Uncharted. So I listed like 12 matches right there. Watch one of those, and you'll see how great we are.
Yeah.
We're the best. We're the best people in the world, best wrestlers ever. Everyone says it. They all agree. We were voted best wrestler by all our peers, so very happy about that.
That's so awesome. That's so awesome. Tag team wrestling, man. I keep saying it. It's like I feel like within like the last year, I fell in love more with tag team wrestling, which has been so fun. And there's so many teams, and now IWTV just put out tag team belts for IWTV.
Oh yeah, I mean you get the benefit of going to Wrestling Open, which has all the best tag teams right there.
Yeah.
You don't need to go anywhere else here. They're all here. They are a majority of them are here.
Yeah.
Shook Crew, Waves and Curls, Main Event, Brick City Boys, Miracle Gen.
Yeah.
Like there's so many great tag teams, especially in the Northeast. When you go to like Limitless, you have like MSPs there, or in like Jersey, there's some great tag teams there. Like it's really hot right now, especially in the Northeast. So yeah, really good time for tag team wrestling.
I feel like a lot of people should already know a lot of the names that you said because I pretty much had a good chunk of everybody on this podcast. So
good. They should know all those people. They're all really great teams. Except for one of them, and I don't have to say which one it is. We all know which of those teams is the worst.
Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna move on.
We don't have to say it. We all know which of those teams is the worst, and they know it too. So all those teams watching it, we all know which one is the worst of those teams.
Oh my God. Wait, let me give love in this chat. Desmond Cole's in the chat. What's going on?
The Big Boofa's here?
Yes.
Oh, I love the Big Boofa.
He's so great. He goes, Bryce is a true gem. Dude has given me amazing advice that I still hold to this day. Great dude. Aww.
Dude, the Big Boofa's the best, bro. I'm so happy the Big Boofa's getting out there. We all have always loved the Big Boofa, and now other people are starting to love the Big Boofa.
Yeah.
We bought stock on the Big Boofa. So we're really paying off, and we're not selling.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Desmond's been on this podcast. I talk about it all the time. I get so excited that he's been getting out there now, like working at Limitless a lot more.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for him. So, and thank you for supporting me. I love you, Desmond. You're the greatest. Like, you're so great. Bob in the chat said, if you were to partner with anyone in Wrestling Open besides Bobby and Max, who would you make good chemistry with on Wrestling Open roster? Ooh, that's a good one.
Who would I have good chemistry with? Let me think. I've tagged with some of the Wrestling Open roster before in matches. Like I tagged with Rex Lawless really early in my career once. I tagged with I just had it. Who was I about to say? Jay George I've tagged with before. Eric James I've tagged with before. So there's any of the cat people.
Yeah.
I'm biased, so I would tag with the cat people, or anyone very tall. Because I've always had this dream of making this tag team called Height Club. It's a riff off Fight Club, but you have to be a certain height to join, and that height would be my height, which is 6'4". Mm-hmm. That's the cutoff. If you're under 6'4", you cannot join, and everyone would be very upset because a majority of the wrestlers are not 6'4".
Right.
So anyone tall or from Cap, or Ichiban.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah. I like that. So, we're talking about like tag team wrestling and stuff like that. So do you prefer wrestling singles? Do you prefer wrestling in tag team? What do you like better?
I'm more of a flex. I love both. I love wrestling a lot. Obviously, I'm a wrestler, but I love wrestling a lot. So I think there's parts of each of those types of wrestling that appeal to me and that I enjoy. So, yeah, I mean, it really could go either way. I love tagging with Bobby. He's awesome. I love tagging in trios with Max. It's great. Yeah. So, and then I love, like, being able to branch off and do singles. That's why I like Wrestling Open is really cool because, like, me and Bobby have wrestled at tags. And then also, like, last week I main evented against Ray Jazz. Like, we get to switch it up and we get to do different things. And it keeps it interesting and fresh and new and it's new challenges. So, I mean, I really enjoyed doing both. It's a cop-out answer, I know. But
no, that's okay. I mean, like, some people, have different, opinions with it. By the way,
I really do love tag team wrestling a lot. Like, I really enjoy, like, the concept behind it. Some of my favorite matches are tag matches, and I think the teams at Open, especially right now, are really great. So
yeah. Speaking of Bobby Orlando, he's in the chat. He goes, "Hi,
Is
Bryce." He goes,
Hi, Bobby.
He goes, "I just did a backflip."
Oh, good job, Bobby. You've been trying for months to do that in a match, and we're gonna get it one day. Don't you worry.
Yes, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it.
He tells me before every match, I'm like, "Oh, anything you want to do tonight?" He's like, "I want to do a backflip." I'm like, "Okay, we'll try." It's not working, but you gotta support your friends. Even he goes to this backflip every match, and I could tell him, "No, Bobby, don't do the backflip. It never works." But hey, man, you can't crush your friends' dreams. You got to support them no matter what. So we'll keep trying for that backflip.
There you go. See, it was funny. I was having a conversation with somebody last night, and I was like, I look at a lot of important things when it comes to like wrestling promotions and stuff like that. And one of the things that I truly enjoy, which is probably a lot of people don't talk about, is like I'm at a promotion, I'm watching wrestling, and then I see all the wrestlers out, supporting their friends, like watching the matches.
Oh, yeah.
Like I love that. I feel like that's so great. So.
And lucky, this is insider info. Backstage, we have a TV in the back at Wrestling Open that plays the show. So we're either out there watching, or a lot of people are in the back watching some matches. And I always try and watch my friends' matches, or if I miss it during the show, I'll watch it after.
Yeah.
It's great. You got to support your friends. If you're not supporting your friends or your colleagues, and you're only happy for yourself, you're going to be depressed, because bad things good things aren't only going to happen to you, they're going to happen to other people. So you can either be happy for them and enjoy it with them, or you can be jealous and a loser, and then you'll probably be a jealous loser forever.
Yeah. I love it. I love it so much. Everything Pro Wrestling says Hike Club would be dope. He likes.
Do we all love Hike Club?
Yes.
Someday it'll happen.
Someday. Wilbert's in the chat. He goes, "I like coming on here, seeing new faces. Thanks so much." So
I'm a new face, baby.
Definitely give him some support. All right. I mean, we talk so much about Wrestling Open. So with that being said, is there anything in particular that's like some of your favorite moments there?
Returning was really cool. From lung surgery, that was fun. We got like a big reaction. That was at the time, our attendance record was the show that I returned at, which was then broken last week by the new attendance record, which was the show I main evented. So cool, like upward trajectory there. Yeah, that was a big one. Main eventing last week was cool. Let me think. I'm trying to think of like early Open. I loved my match with Ichiban. I loved my match with Rex.
Not the place going down on fire.
What? Oh, that was definitely the worst moment. But that was like, it's cool. It's like a bad in the moment.
Yeah.
Even at the time though, we were kind of like, this is some crazy like indie story stuff. But yeah, the roof getting set on fire was pretty interesting. There's just been fun things that have happened at Open. Like it's such a cool place. I know I'm gushing about it nonstop right now.
No, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, the roof
Wrestling
getting
Open.
set on fire is definitely the weirdest moment we've had.
Yeah.
But
Definitely. I was there for that. That was like, okay, like the one week I come up.
I was there also.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm scared. We were talking about it with
Crazy.
Bobby last week on the
Don't
podcast.
worry, the roof wasn't actually on fire.
Yeah, no, it was, thank God, and everybody was fine and safe and all that stuff like that. Wilbert in the chat wants to know any H2O wrestler you would like to wrestle.
So while I was out with my injury, me and Bob were supposed to wrestle at Blitzkrieg Pro, and he had to replace me with a mystery partner, and it was Austin Luke from H2O. So I appreciated him being my replacement, the new Bryce at the time. He lost the match though, I guess, so I should be mad at him, but it's okay. He tried his best.
Yeah.
So I guess him, because he filled in as my replacement.
Yeah.
So that would be fun.
Love Austin
And he has
Luke.
long hair.
Yeah.
Just like me.
We love Austin Luke here very much. So, hey, Xander, what's going on? He said, Shook in the chat. What's going on?
That's what I say, baby.
All right, let's talk Creative Pro. I'd like most likely that obviously we're going to talk about it because I posted the clip the other day. I wanted to talk about Halloween Housen, and I want to talk about your match with JT. When JT came onto the podcast earlier this year, I talked about this match with him, and we were talking about how you had the big fan base all in one section, and he was going after them, and he was feeding into the crowd, so this was a huge moment for you to wrestle JT. So tell us a little bit about your experience with that.
Yeah, so it was cool. So obviously the pandemic happened. before the pandemic, me and Bobby were tag team champions, and then the pandemic happened. But we lost him right before because Bob got hurt in that handicap match, which you could watch on YouTube.
Right.
But so the pandemic happened, Creative Pro shows were gone for a while, and then they came back. Me and Bob tagged, and then we kind of talked it out. We were like, oh, let's try and do like singles stuff, and let's see, like, why not? Let's like try to branch out a little bit, and we can tag when we need to, or we could do singles when we need to. Either way. So for that show, we both did singles. I wrestled JT, and like I couldn't have had a better opponent, but couldn't have had a better like singles match. It was really like my goal for the match was really to push myself in like a main event caliber match. Because I hadn't done that since coming out of quarantine, because a lot of the shows were just coming back,
Right.
or had just been coming back, but I've been doing like primarily tags or trios.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just basically like a test, a push myself thing, and there's no better person to test yourself against in that sense than JT, especially in the Northeast, where he's awesome. So it was cool. It was in Limbrook, which is close to my hometown, so friends came, families came.
Yeah.
It was really like super loud crowd. I love that venue because it's like it's compact, like it's small, but it's like packed, so it's like super loud. Like we had like it was like 300 people there, sold out. It just couldn't have gone better. I was super happy with it, and it started kind of my trajectory to the Cap Championship, really, because it went like that was like the start of like, all right, I can do this. Then I wrestled Bronson, and then I wrestled AG and VSK, and it just kept going up until 2 months ago, where we had the grand stage, the biggest Cap show ever, and I won the championship in the main event. So it all started there with the JT Dunn match. So I'm really appreciative of that.
This is a fun show. Definitely a fun show. Creative Pro's great. Definitely go check it out if you're not watching.
It really
Creative
is.
Pro.
Like, not obviously I'm biased, but man, like, it's awesome shows, packed houses.
Yeah.
Love it.
The fans, they're great. So
Yeah, we got Hook.
yeah, that was so awesome. I was like, I couldn't make that show. I watched it though, but I couldn't make that show. But it's so awesome.
Hook's line was around the entire building.
Oh,
like,
I'm sure.
So yeah, he just went like from when he got there to like the show was starting, and there was still such a huge line, and then through intermission he had it. It was like crazy.
Yeah.
People love Hook.
Aw. Zeke Dane's in the chat. He said, hi, how are ya? Thank you for coming on in. Bob says, Bryce and the Monster Cruel in a death match would be pretty cool main event at Americana. Oh my. What the heck? What are you trying to do?
Okay. Let me go through this one by one. One, me and Cruel are not main eventing Americana. I would love to main event Americana. It's me and Cruel. This is not gonna happen. Two, I'm not wrestling in a death match against Cruel. No, I'm not gonna do that. I have no interest in that. I don't want to die. I've been actively trying to avoid dying this whole year. So to just kill myself in a match, not a good idea. So no, I'm going to avoid that. I'm going to say no, I don't want to get cut or bleed or get hit with the gusset plates or skewers.
Much love to all the deathmatch wrestlers out there.
Oh no,
it's not for everybody.
I'm just very far away from it constantly. I'm
not for
scared
everybody.
of it. I don't want to do it. I'm gonna be over there. Slade can do that, and he can fucking stab people. But I'm gonna be over there. I'm gonna be not doing that.
Yeah. I get it.
Unless someone forces me to, in which case I'll scream
no
and cry the
forcing.
entire match.
No forcing. I feel like a certain way.
They'll do it. They'll be like,
no. I just feel like a certain way when it comes to death, and I love deathmatch wrestling, but I just feel like if you don't know what you're doing for a deathmatch, you shouldn't be doing a deathmatch. So that's just
good for me, because I definitely don't know what I'm doing in a deathmatch. I wouldn't be able to do it.
It's scary. So like even like we were talking about earlier with the fireball that was going on with our boy Dylan McKay, Mr. Flippy shit. I feel like, why are you doing this? And I yell at the H2O kids sometimes, but
yeah, I mean, we all wish we could be as good as the deathmatch king Matt Cardona.
Yeah.
The greatest deathmatch wrestler of all time.
Yeah.
I would love to be on his level, but there's only one Matt Cardona. There's only one deathmatch king. So maybe someday I can get to there, but for now, I will be avoiding that at all costs.
Too funny. Let's see. Wilbert said Marcus and Dustin had an I Quit match last Saturday. It was bloody, light tubes everywhere. It was a great match. I know it takes a lot of gut. Yeah,
Wait, Marcus and Dustin Waller?
No. You're thinking, oh my God, wait. I'm like fried now with all the wrestling that I watch. It wasn't Dustin.
Marcus
Austin.
Mathers.
Yeah,
Oh,
not Dustin. That's what I was going to say. I was like, that wasn't, it was like Austin Luke. Yeah.
Oh, his name's not Dustin.
Yeah.
It's Austin Luke.
I was, jeez.
Silly. It's a completely different name.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was like, I'm going to go after Dustin next. But like, what are you doing? Like,
They had
no.
a quit match.
Yeah, they had it at H2O. It was a long storyline going on since October.
I
That
thought they were friends.
yeah, well, if you follow H2O, Austin turned on Marcus
I see them
Matters.
open. They're hanging out. They're hanging out. They're wrestling together.
I know. Like if you don't like follow like everything, but yeah, that was pretty much a lot. I've yelled at Austin backstage. I think I've had that on like an Indie Talks episode of me yelling at
yelled at him?
Austin.
How
I'm like,
dare you?
stop doing it. He goes, I'll do another death match. I'm like, no. I was like, no more
Not
death
with me.
matches. I was like,
Not with me, baby.
I can't. It's hard. I just feel like these kids are young and like I want them to get signed. And I was like, don't like destroy your body with cuts and scars and
Hey,
all that stuff.
you can't control other people.
I know.
If we were all just concerned about just being safe all the time, we wouldn't be wrestlers.
Yeah,
so.
nah, absolutely. But I'm glad they're good and they're killing it, those guys. So
Yeah, I'm glad they're alive.
yeah.
That's good.
So let's talk AEW, which is great. And I always like bring this up with anybody that's appeared on AEW Dark. So I love that for AEW. That's giving a lot of the indie talent spotlights, which is so great, which you got to be part of. So I mean, you worked the Acclaim, you worked the Gun Club. I mean, also worked MJF in Boston.
Dynamite.
Yeah, like that's so
Television debut.
so crazy. So obviously, you're familiar with all these guys, which is great. So tell us your whole experience with us. Tell us how it was working these big crowds. Tell us how it was in the background. Like, just give us a little bit.
I mean, it's cool. Like, Dynamite was awesome. It was the first time I wrestled on TV or wrestled in a big crowd. I've done WWE X work before, but usually they're not for the matches they need. They're usually not looking for someone as tall or long hair as me. But like, so I never wrestled in front of like a big crowd, like an arena crowd. So that was the first time I did that. It was against MJF, and I think it was 7. Like, someone posted a tweet that I was one of his 7 singles matches that year, which is cool.
Yeah.
He kicked me in the dick and then threw me into the corner and then killed me. So that wasn't cool. But other than that, it was really like a cool experience, just being on television and wrestling on television. And then the Gun Club Dark match was on Long Island at the UBS Arena, so that was cool, wrestling at the on Long Island in front of home crowd kind of, and against the Acclaimed and the Gun Club, the Ass Boys.
Yeah.
Who everybody loves the Acclaimed, and a lower amount of people love the Ass Boys. So.
How was that experience from working an indie show that could have maybe let's say 50 people watching up compared to big arena? Was that a little nerve-wracking for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit. It's crazy after the Dynamite match, I got an insane amount of social media reaction, obviously because it's on television and it's an MJF segment who gets the highest rated segments every time he's on the show. Someone should recognize that. But yeah, it was cool. Just I don't know, the nerves were really there. It's not like I was out there for a long time and dying and suffocating, which I feel like that's when you get really pushed. But yeah, I don't know, the nerves were what they were.
Yeah.
It wasn't the worst nerves I've had. But yeah, I mean, you're on TV, you're in front of a giant crowd. I had the benefit of if obviously when they had these matches, I'm not getting an entrance, they load you out. So, and we were on commercial, so I was just in the ring and just looking around. And when I came out, I was like, oh, I hope at least one person recognizes me. And then when I was in the ring, I just heard random shook. So I was like, okay, at least a few people over there know who I am, which is good. But yeah, I don't know, it was really cool.
That's so awesome. I've had that with people that when I've gone to AEW before and I've been with people and they're like, wait a minute, you've had that guy on your podcast before. That happened with TJ Crawford. They were like, you know that guy, you had him on the pod. I'm like, yeah. I was so it's such a cool experience, and that's why I love doing these interviews on the podcast, because I'm so hardcore, probably more than anything on TV now, all into the indies. But it's really cool to see you guys get these, experiences, and then even, when you guys get signed, it's so cool just to watch the growth of you guys. Let's see, more love in the chat. Zeke says, what sports, if any, were you involved in high school or college?
I did MMA throughout like my childhood, so like kickboxing. You can see my trophies back there. Bang bang.
Yeah.
Those are from my submission grappling, like jiu-jitsu tournaments, and my kickboxing tournaments. So I did that a lot. I did a little bit of basketball. Mostly like, I was never into like organized, like I was never like, oh, I gotta grind to be on team. I just more like playing it with my friends.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty much those two. The rest of the sport, I was never that into baseball or football or I don't know, anything really else. So mostly those two. I was so consumed by wrestling my entire childhood that I feel like a lot of my time and extra energy went into watching and doing wrestling things or pretending to be a wrestler. So
oh man. Bob says, what is one West Coast wrestler you would want to get into the ring with?
West Coast wrestler. I'm trying to think who counts. Like does Kevin Blackwood count as a West Coast wrestler now?
I mean, yeah, I would count that because he's like over there now. Like he just like up
I
the
know
move.
he's from the West Coast, or he lives on the West Coast now. I don't know. I have to think about like go through their shows, but like Blackwood's one that I think would be cool, even though that's cheating because he's from Buffalo.
Yeah.
But
No, but it's cool.
Who's your favorite West Coast wrestler?
Oh man, Nick Wayne.
Oh, Nick Wayne. Yeah, he's cool. I would like to wrestle Nick Wayne. He's a young boy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 16, so he's going to be wrestling for the next 30 years. So at some point, I'll have the chance to wrestle him, probably.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. So, wait, did I get everybody in the questions in the chat? Okay, yeah, I got you guys. All right. So we're going to move on. All right. So let's talk a little bit more about Chick Crew. I mean, we talked about it with Bobby Orlando, so obviously it's so much fun when you come out, the sing-alongs, like Bobby getting on the chairs, all that fun stuff. The fans are all into it. So give us some of your favorite moments with it, like tell us a little bit about Chick Crew for maybe someone who's not familiar with you. Give us a little background.
Chick Crew is the greatest. Wait, I just dropped. Wait. Uh-oh, it's gone forever. Okay, it's gone forever. I'm giving up on that. Chick Crew is like dropping something and not being able to find it. It's a mystery. It's exciting. Yeah, I don't know. We joined up just on like coincidence where Bobby just hopped in a car with me and Max when we were going to shoot this show.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just were thrown in a 6-man, and then it just kind of grew from there.
Right.
I think like I love Shakrella, both Bobby and Max. I think we really help make each other better. And I think the thing that's cool about it is like we have like we're a team, we're united, and then we all have our own like individual goals and ambitions that like go in sync with each other. So it's like it's just a good environment to grow and branch out in, because neither of us are gonna ever be mad at each other for wanting to do something by themselves, but we're also still a team at the end of the day. So
right.
I think it's just a really great environment that I love. They've helped me a lot. And yeah, I don't know. We were actually just Smart Mark, famous TV star Smart Mark Sterling actually just sent me like a promo we did like 3 years ago. It was like 2 different promos that are both on YouTube. But yeah, it was just like funny watching those back and seeing like how fun it was, like remembering shooting all these. And I don't know. Yeah. I love both those guys. I love wrestling with them. I love talking to them. I love hanging out with them. Yeah, I don't know.
Awesome. I love seeing even like the little kids wearing the Chick Crew like headbands. And
that makes me so happy. I love these headbands. My cousin actually makes them.
Aww.
I couldn't figure out how to make get headbands made, and then she just made them one day.
Right.
And I was like, oh, thank you. So I just pay her, and she makes them. But yeah, it's cool seeing like the headband, like kids with like a Chick Crew shirt and a Chick Crew headband, a Chick Crew goat. We have very great merch tables, which I enjoy, both for the fact that it helps our income, and also that it's just cool seeing people like decked out in merch, especially like when a kid wants to have like every single piece of merch you have.
Right.
It's just awesome to see. I really enjoy that.
That's awesome. You Hate to Like Me in the chat said, would you ever wrestle in the southeastern part of the U.S.?
No. Fuck them.
Oh, God. Jeez. Wow.
I'm kidding.
Like, wait a minute.
It's like, Yeah, sure. If they wanna do that, I'm open to anything. So,
Yeah.
hey, there's the North versus South feud, whatever.
Hmm.
But I don't know. I could go down there. I could wrestle Brian Gallione because he lives down there now,
There you go.
and he's from the Northeast, which means he's better than the Southeast. Ooh, we're feuding. Like, yeah, the Southeast would be cool. Action is over there.
Mhm.
Some Florida places would be cool to wrestle in. But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like Southeast wrestlers that I'd want to wrestle.
You gotta like, I always tell the fans like on the podcast too, like tweet at the promotions and tag the wrestlers that you want to see at them.
Look, if you all just went right now and you just tweeted at a bunch of promotions and said, you guys should book Bryce Donovan or you should book Shook Crew, and you just kept doing that every day for like the next however days, they'd be like, whoa, look at all these people. Maybe you make fake accounts like some other wrestlers do, and you tweet at them even more and you say, hey, you should book this team, or hey, this team should be in the IWTV Tag Title Tournament. You just keep doing that over and over again. Make some bot accounts.
Yeah.
Vote on the IWTV awards. Have us win every award every year. Yeah, do that. If you were a real fan, you would do all those things for me specifically, and no one else.
Definitely do that. That's why you guys see, like, I'm always constantly tweeting. Even if I think about a match that, like, just randomly comes in my head, I'm like, all right, I'm going to put that out there because you don't know who's going to pick up on that. Like, maybe a promotion might see that and be like, oh, that sounds like a fun match, you know? Because
it does help. Like, just keeping yourself in promoters or fans' minds is always good. So them just seeing, like, oh, well, a lot of people want to see this person, like, oh yeah, let's try this person. I mean, all that stuff helps. I am appreciative whenever a fan mentions us or anything like that.
Yeah, no, definitely put it out there. I mean, I can't book it, so I want someone else to book it so I can watch it, you know? So it's just one of those things. So that's why I always tell people, put it out there. So do you have any pre-match rituals?
I'm kind of very chill before my matches. If you watch us in the back, Bobby's hyped up, he's running all over the place, he's going he's banging on the wall, he's jumping up and down, and I'm more chill, laid back. As long as I have my pre-match muffin in the morning, I'm good to go. So me and Bobby are very opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of hyping yourself up for matches.
Yeah,
which is fun.
That's good. You need that. So
you can if you watch shows sometimes and before our music hits, you could just hear Bobby screaming "da" if you really listen closely, because he's doing that in the back, just getting ready to go out.
That's so funny. Yeah, we talked about that the other day. Best road trip story.
Oh wow. What is the best road trip story? God, I'm trying to think. That's so hard because a lot of my best road trip stories are stories I've heard. Like Bob has like a million because he's been in like all these crazy scenarios where he's broken keys and had to get towed or something like that. I think most of my trips have been like smooth sailing. Wow, yeah, I don't know. I can't think of like I'd have to like think about it, of like a really specific great road trip we've been on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, geez. I don't know. We've never run into like any crazy like scenarios, unlike Bob, who has been through a million and has just slaughtered deer constantly throughout all the highways.
Okay, fun stuff.
If you listen to the Bobby Orlando song, I'd say got opponents looking like a deer in the headlights because of Bobby's past discretions against deer.
Yeah, I saw somebody in the chat that they were happy that they downloaded Bobby's song, because I know somebody.
The Bobby Orlando song's finally out. You can listen to it on Spotify along with the Acclaim theme. 2 giant releases back to back. I can't find this thing. There it is. I found it. Yeah, 2 giant releases back to back. Huge. The Bobby Orlando song's great. The Acclaim theme, great. Maybe we're gonna release more stuff. Who knows? We'll find out.
Okay, so gotta stay tuned. So that's why you'll be following him, which we'll get all into at the end.
Stay tuned, baby.
So definitely do that. All right, cool. So road trip snack.
My pre-match muffin.
Okay.
That I get on before most trips. I like Cliff Bars. Like if we stop at like a rest stop, I'll probably grab like Cliff Bars. Mostly because like on match days, it's like be a little careful what you eat. So yeah, like a protein bar or something, or if we stop at Chipotle, Max and Bobby love Chipotle, and I like Chipotle also, so we'll get some Chipotle.
Yeah.
Probably those two.
Yeah, we were talking about Chipotle a lot last week, so
Yeah.
not
Post match though, post loop weekend, if we stay at Aaron Rourke's house, by his house is Crumble, which is a cookie place.
Yes.
It has custom cookies. We go there. If we stay there for a whole weekend, then the last day we'll go get Crumble as a reward for being such good wrestlers.
Bob in the chats, do you like Sydney Pacabella with Channing Thomas, or is Channing better by himself?
Okay. Well, okay. No, I don't like Sydney Bacabella. He just cost me my match last week, dick. Channing, I can't, like, the way you phrase the question is weird, because is Channing better by himself? No, he sucks with Sydney, and he sucks without Sydney. Channing sucks. Channing's overhyped, bro. He's not good. I'm almost cursed. You're allowed to curse him.
You're
podcast,
good.
right?
Go ahead, curse.
I'm gonna fucking smack Channing the next time I see him. I swear to God. But yeah, no, he sucks either way.
Well, there you have it. There it is.
Yeah.
So, all right, we're going to do a fun question that's very important to me onto this podcast. So, wrestling with positivity. There's so much negative in the world of wrestling, so I like to focus on the positive. So, is there anything that you can share with us, whether it's something maybe you've done for a wrestler, maybe a wrestler's done for you, maybe a fan's done for you, maybe, you've done for a fan, anything in particular that we wouldn't really know about unless you would share on this podcast?
Wrestling positivity. I don't want to talk about things I've done because I feel like that's very like whatever. But I'm trying to think of things people have done for me. My Switch got stolen at Wrestling Open one week. I was gonna stay with Aaron that weekend, so I drove up with someone else, and then Aaron was gonna pick me up from the thing to drive me to his house. So I brought all my my bag for the weekend, which had my Switch in it, and someone stole my Switch. We don't know who did it. But it happened, and I was very sad, and I tried to find it, and I couldn't, and that sucked. But the 2 weeks later at Wrestling Open, the fans came up to me at merch table, like a big group of fans, and they all pooled together $5 each, or just everyone put money together and gave it to me to buy a new Switch, which was mind-blowingly cool of them, and that got me so emotional. I was like, wow, that's crazy that I don't know, they took their money to buy me this thing that I don't need a Switch. It's not something that's essential to my life, but they did it just to be nice. So that was really cool.
That's cool. See, these are the things that I like, sharing on the podcast, because I feel like we need more of this.
Yeah, it's good to be nice to people.
Yeah.
I don't know. I try and be nice to people. I try and help people in wrestling and in life. So, yeah. Don't be a bad person.
Yeah, don't do that. So, what's some things you like to do when you're not in the squared circle?
I go to the beach a lot. I live in Long Beach, New York, so big beach town. The beach is right there. I could walk outside and walk over to it. I go to the beach. I watch things with my family, my brother. We watch shows. I don't know. Draw. I do a lot of art. I used to have an art Instagram, but I deleted it. Maybe I'll make a new art Instagram someday. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, art. Go to the beach. I like Nintendo Switch. Obviously, I just talked about that. So some video games when I have time. So yeah, those are my leisure activities.
Yeah. That's
Spike ball.
Ooh, there you go. That's fun. All right. What are some goals you have for 2022?
Man, I feel like last year was the best year of my career, pretty much, which is good coming out of quarantine. And then this year is even the first half, it's starting to become the new best year. So I guess just continued improvement, where wrestling at, I think, if not all of the biggest Northeast promotions, most of the biggest Northeast promotions, I feel like people know who we are around the area. So I think it's just branching out, doing more things, doing cooler things, getting higher up. Everyone's goal is to, I guess not everyone's goal, but majority of people's goal is to get signed so that you can get signed or be wrestling enough where wrestling can be your full-time job. So I guess that is my goal, is to be able to wrestle enough that I don't have to worry about any financial things, and I can just wrestle all the time, which would be great.
Okay. All right, so I got two final questions for you. If anybody guys have anything in the chat, please drop it into the chat. All right, so I like manifesting on this podcast. Is there anyone that you haven't wrestled that's caught your eye it could be anywhere, that you want to get into the ring with?
CM Punk. CM Punk, Kazuchika Okada are like the big giant ones that I would like to. But in terms of like the indies, I mean, I had this like I want to wrestle some of the cat people that I haven't, like Chris Statlander, MJF. I'd like to wrestle them again. I wrestled Bronson last year at Crap. I wrestled Smart Mark last year at Blitzkrieg, and I loved both those matches. So I'd like to continue doing that. Like indie people, I'm trying to think. Matt Cardona. I would love to wrestle Matt Cardona. There's a lot that like I feel like would be cool. Alec Price would probably be number one. I think he's the best, like, in terms of unsigned talent, I think he's number one right now. Yeah. He's a crazy performer. So if I had to pick one, it'd probably be Alec.
All right, I'm here for it.
Talent.
I'm here for it. Wrestle Open, let's go. Like
I would love to. Hopefully Alec comes back. I mean, he is coming back.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's there this week, but I will not be there. But yeah, hopefully down the line, me and Alec can wrestle. I would love to do that.
Oh, this is a good question in the chat. Bob said, what wrestler has given you the hardest chop in your career?
Oh, God. This is hard. So Bronson's chopped me many times. So he's probably given the most chops to me. But has he given the hardest? They are very hard chops. Wow. It might have to be Bronson. Just the sheer volume really adds to it. AG gave me a really good one in our Thanksgiving match like years ago. It was 6-man with me and Bob and Max, and AG was on the other team, and he gave me a really hard one in that I remember.
Oof.
So AG would be one, Bronson would be one. Yeah, I think those are two. I hate chops. I hate chops. I hate that people do chops. Bob's a big chopper now.
Yeah.
Bob's chopping up a storm, chopping everyone left and right. I tell him you're a mean person for doing that. But
I feel like JD Drake is one probably of one of the worst.
Oh, thank God I've never had to wrestle him. Although I would love to wrestle him, but Jesus Christ, it'd be scary. He has some hard chops. I want to avoid that. I want to avoid getting chopped, not get chopped. Like
there's some serious chops out there. I mean, like the ones that leave the imprints. Shout out to McCrae Martin up in Canada. Like, fuck. Like, Jesus Christ, that one is brutal. That chop. So, but JD Drake is another one that it's like you cringe. You know, like you're definitely.
Yeah, JD Drake might be the scariest one to get chopped by. Like, so if he tries to chop me, I'll run.
Bob's next question is, what's the best fan sign ever made for you?
Ooh. Fan sign?
Ooh, I like that.
There's been some actually really good. Some people like make really nice like designs. I think I have one somewhere around here that a fan gave me. It's like a drawing of me and Bobby.
Aw.
That was really cool. Yeah, that was a good one. When I was sick, people had like get well Bryce signs at shows I wasn't at. That was really cool. Just like thinking about me when I'm not even on the show made me feel good. Someone last week at Top Rope had like a big Shook one that they carved out and made.
Oh,
that was cool. There's been some like really good like Shook Crew signs actually. Which signs are cool. I feel like signs aren't really like a thing on the indies as much. Like some people do them, but they're not super done. So anytime someone like takes the time to like make a big art piece type sign, I really appreciate it, especially if they're like some of them are very talented, especially when they're like drawing like me or a goat or a Shook Crew logo.
I love seeing that stuff with the fans. I mean, Brad Hollister and me were talking about it. He went off about that. He was saying that heels should not rip signs before a match, to do it at least after the match, that at least because if anything, it looks cool. Even if it says that the heel sucks or whatever, he's like, but that looks cool on camera in the background. And I got ripped on social media saying that heels want to have fans, and he kind of misunderstood the point of the clip that Brad was trying to say. So it was pretty funny. So me and Brad were talking about that after the podcast, because I showed him and I was like, yeah, I'm getting attacked because you said.
Good job. You got Brad in trouble.
No, Brad got me in trouble.
You both got each other in trouble.
Yeah, like, no, but I thought it was, when he said that, I was like, now that he said it, I was like, that makes a lot of sense, that instead of ripping the signs before so that it could show during the match, even if it says you suck or whatever, I was like, it is kind of cool to see that. So
I feel like ripping signs is like became too much of a thing.
yeah.
It's like anytime anyone saw signs like, I'm gonna rip it. It's like, all right, we get it. You're a mean guy. Okay.
You gotta rip it and
rip it. Yeah.
rip it, eat it. I don't know, come up with something.
At least eat it if you're gonna rip it. Like, at least do something like shove it entirely down your throat.
Yeah.
Like, do something different. I'm gonna rip it.
Yeah, no, I get it. So, all right, so I have one final question for you.
Oh, okay. I gotta brace myself for the final.
No,
question.
It's a good one. It's a good final question.
Okay.
Then I see another one in the chat, so I'll read that one after. So
So
my final question for you is, okay, so what's a piece of advice that you would give somebody that's an amateur wrestler, maybe trying to get into the business, or maybe just started getting into the business? Anything that you can share?
My advice would be find a good school, preferably Creative Pro. Obviously, you can only do that if you're on Long Island or close enough to drive there. But there's other good schools. NEPA, New England is a good school. Find a school that's has a reputation, has had successful people come out of it, has good trainers and a good system that's not just trying to rip you off, and just train. Train hard, be ready to actually work. Wrestling is really hard. You're not just going to go in and play around. It's hard. It sucks. It's going to suck at first. You're going to be bad at first. And that would be my second piece of advice is don't get frustrated early on and just quit and give up, because everyone progresses differently. And sometimes it takes you time to get to what you're going to be or what you should be. So enjoy the process of it. I know early on, I started training and I had my first match pretty quickly. I had it in 2 months, but I was really just kind of thrown out there. But I didn't really get to where I was happy with my wrestling for a long time until a long time after that. So do that, enjoy the process. If a mean fan says you suck, don't go get upset and it's gonna suck. It's happened to me, especially early on. CZW, I just openly talk about this now, was such a horrible experience for me when I first started wrestling, because the fans just talked shit about us constantly, and it was really depressing and really sucked, and it made me want to quit wrestling, and I'm glad I didn't. So don't let shitty fans or shitty people online make you stop doing what you want to do, pretty much.
That's good advice. Real good advice. Zeke says, how about a match with Danny Limelight, a West Coaster?
Oh, I love Danny Limelight. Danny Limelight, he's friends with Max. He's talked about Danny Limelight. I'd love to wrestle Danny Limelight. He's with New Japan Strong now, I'm pretty sure. Am I tripping? Am I wrong? Yeah, he's with New Japan Strong. That'd be awesome. I'd love to wrestle him. I'd love to wrestle a lot of the New Japan Strong guys. I was sad. I guess this is not it's not inside info, who cares, but I was supposed to, the week after my lung got punctured, I was supposed to go to LA to the New Japan dojo for the seminar they were having there, which would have been really cool, and I didn't get to do that because I wasn't allowed to fly because I was getting surgery. So that sucked, but hopefully I can go to the West Coast at some point and do that again at some point in my life or career.
See, tweet at them, guys. Tweet at
them. Tweet at New Japan. They'll really go, oh, well, I don't know if it works.
Hey, you never know, you gotta take a shot, right? But you never know.
You never know. But that would be anyone who's listening. Go tweet at some promotion and say, "Hey, you should book this guy." Haha, I'm not saying this because he told me to.
Funny. All right, let's talk about what's coming up. So I'm putting up the graphics here for you. So Creative Pro's coming up in a couple of weeks in Lynbrook. Let's freaking go. This is going to be fun. Actually, I haven't had Eric James on the podcast yet, so I feel like in the future that's someone that I have to have on. But I have had the Vlog Bro University on here.
Have you?
Yes, I have.
Oh, God, that was probably such a bad episode. Jackson.
No, they're supposed to come back onto the podcast sometime next month because...
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You meant to prepare yourself for speaking with Jack for more than 5 minutes.
Yeah, so just so that anybody knows, because I'll be doing a panel. I haven't picked a date yet, sometime probably in the beginning of August to showcase the NFW show that they're on, so they'll be talking a lot of smack.
Oh, they're like the kings of NFW, aren't
Yeah,
they?
yeah, they've been
Wow, good for
cleaning.
them.
They've been cleaning house. They have a match coming up on August 5th with Miracle Generation and Waves and Curls. So definitely
Nice.
check
Those are
that out.
great teams. I love VBU. I think they're a really great tag team. They're just annoying as fuck.
But yeah, so you have this fun fair street fight. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Like,
Yeah, Funfair Street Fight. Like I said, VBU is annoying as fuck, and we're gonna kick the shit out of them for it. Eric James is there too. He doesn't even like them anymore. He'll probably kick the shit out of them also. So it's gonna be great. It's an awesome show. We're on the show, that 6-man. Brian Myers wrestling Vargas. Aaron Rourke's wrestling Alex Reynolds of the Dark Order. VSK was supposed to wrestle Santana. I don't know what the Santana injury situation is. Hopefully that still happens. It'd be a great match. If not, I'm sure VSK will wrestle another person, and it'll also be a banger. So, great show coming up. I think we're about to... I can actually check the tickets right now and see how many we have left. Okay. I'm going to give you the live ticket update on the Shook Crew Funfair. There are less than 30 tickets left. So if you do not get them, and that's 3 weeks out from the show, if you do not get them soon, you probably will not be allowed to go to the show. You can try and sneak in, you can try and fight your way through the door, but it will not work. We have great security. So if you want a ticket to the show, all of them sell out. Get yours as soon as possible. Come watch it. It's great. I'll be there. Max will be there. Bobby will be there. No one has ever come out of a Creative Pro show and gone, it wasn't good. Like no one says that. So watch it and watch the other shows on IWTV, and then you could be like, oh wow, these are really good. I want to go see it live.
Yeah, these are live on Twitch though first, and then put up on IWTV. Is that how it works?
It's usually like IWTV or Twitch. Yeah. I know Grand Stage. I think it depends on like the building, but I think usually the Limburg building they'll do Twitch. And so it'll be probably streaming live on Twitch or streaming live on IWTV. That'll probably be an announcement coming soon.
Yeah.
And then if you miss it live, you can watch the replay. But also if you watch it live, tweet about it. Live tweet it. That's always fun. And I know that everyone on the show appreciates the live tweets during the show. So, yeah, participate. It's fun.
Yeah, be loud. Post stuff.
Be loud.
So,
let your voice be heard. Unless you're talking shit about me, in which case, fuck up.
And post clips if you go to shows. I am known for posting clips. So.
Oh yeah, you have great clips.
Yeah,
clips are always nice.
Clips
People
are
love.
fun.
Wrestlers are all self-centered and self-absorbed, and they love watching themselves back, including me. So.
I always have I keep everything in my phone until I get a new phone, and then it kind of sits. Even earlier today I posted something with Main Event, and I had to go back very far back into the podcast computer to find a clip from Main Event from 3 years ago because it's not on my new phone. And I was like, okay, nice. I know I still have these clips, just dig for the clips, so yeah. But post them, if you're at shows. I always feel maybe, especially if God forbid something happens at a show, that it doesn't get taped, and those don't get shown. So I mean, you just talked about that you guys wrestled Miracle Generation and it wasn't posted anywhere. So
yeah, that's very old school indie. That show in general, it wasn't taped, so all we have is the clips and the people who were there to see it, which is so archaic, and obviously everyone prefers having live footage, but there is something cool about it being such an old school type indie match where it was hey, these guys wrestled 30 minutes. You had to be there. If you weren't there, you missed it.
Yeah.
I think that's fun.
No,
but yeah, post clips. Clips are always fun.
Yeah. I mean, I'm always looking because I always want to support. So it's I kind of get upset when promotions aren't airing their shows, and that's the, you're not going to see it, and I get sad. I want to watch it. I want to support.
That used to be way more common than it is now. I remember when I first started, it was so many places just didn't post their shows. They'd film their shows and they just wouldn't post it anywhere. It's why are you even filming it? And now I feel everyone's realized, oh, I have to be on IWTV, or I have to be on Twitch, or I have to be on YouTube. People need to watch your shows, and it's going to help your promotion grow. Yeah. So,
yeah,
I'm glad that's a change.
Yeah.
Where the old ways, the promoter would just hoard their footage like a goblin in a cave. I just never let anyone see it.
I just don't get it. It's like I want to support my favorite wrestlers and I want to like watch the matches and like even sometimes, you know, I hit up some of the wrestlers too because I know it's not going to be aired and I know they'll get the footage and I'll be like, send me the match. I want to watch it. Like so I get a lot of that. You'd be surprised like how many wrestlers send me their matches and they're not even aired or they're not even posted. So I definitely look for that. So that's why I also tell people take clips from your phone if you want. So and then post it up there too. So it helps you guys out. So, but tell everybody where they could support you on the socials, your merch, all that fun stuff.
You can support me on Twitter and Instagram at Bryce D Shook. Go favorite all my tweets, like all my pictures, retweet everything. Tweet me, say, "Oh my God, I love you so much." It releases dopamine in my brain and it makes me feel good. You could also go to Pro Wrestling Tees, the Shook Crew. You can get some merch from us, T-shirts. Or you can go to YouTube. We have a YouTube channel. You can subscribe to Shook Crew on YouTube. You could subscribe to Creative Pro on YouTube, where you can see Cap TV every Monday and also see a bunch of free matches. A lot of my matches are on there. Go watch them. They're really good. I'm in them. So, yeah, those would be the main ways to support me. And I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, and all those links are in the description below. So if you want to click all those links,
am I pointing in the right place? Tell me.
Yeah, you're good. It's just under general. Yeah, it's just under in general.
First try.
There you go. So just post, you know, all in the description. So make sure you give a follow. So, but yeah. So Bryce, thank you so much for coming on here, chatting with us.
Thank you.
Bit.
This is fun.
Yeah, and thank you for everybody in the chat. I love all your questions and all the support and people that are listening to this later. I love you very much. So, but yeah. So I'm gonna wrap things up, guys. I am taking a break. I feel burnt out with everything that I've been putting out. Good. So I need a little mini break. So I'll probably be back in 2 weeks, probably. So
we all deserve a break. Hey, we're taking a break together. It's great.
Yeah, I need a break.
We've synced up our break.
There you go. I'll meet you at the beach. So.
Yes, come through. It's great.
Awesome. So, but yeah, go buy those tickets. So go check them out at Creative Pro, Wrestle Open, all that fun stuff. So give some love. So, but with that being said, guys, stay safe, support independent wrestling, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good day. Bye.
Bye.